guided oracle. And we have a incredibly high vibe reading. I just finished reading on Facebook on my personal page that became a business page because I did readings there. So the reading on my personal page, although ended up being high vibe, really started focused on the energy that I woke up in, which was sadness, and the understanding that that was the pervasive energy that the womb wound produced in me. And it is the understanding that now is the time to let that go. Whenever you're listening to it, it is the time to let it go. It happens that right now we have a very powerful Leo full moon, and it is the time to really embrace the releasing and the creating that we have the power to do. And so I drew a separate set of cards for this reading, and wow, are they ever high vibe in the energy. So let's get to it. Change is unavoidable. That is absolutely the truth in life, is, we resist it so much. And that is just really the one truth in life, is that things are going to change. That is a given. We can't alter that fact. What we can alter is how we choose to go along with that, how we choose to change or not to change in various sundry areas in our life. The full moon is a time to really empower whatever changes you feel like you want to make. One of the things we want to do is clear out clutter. This is the frog spirit. Maybe you can see it better back here. I don't know how blurry it gets. The frog spirit is saying it is time to let go of stuff that doesn't serve us anymore. Again, the full moon is a great time to release, so that clutter can be inner clutter. For me, it certainly is. I'm going to be doing some things tonight, small ritual to choose to release some of the things that don't serve me anymore, because of the new understanding of that pervasive energy. I really did not know that that was that underlying theme, because I've worked really hard to not be that in my life. And so, but the truth is, and I looked back at my childhood, I was never happy, but people thought I was. But it was because I was never happy with who I was. And that's certainly a byproduct of being an unwanted pregnancy. Not only that, I learned this morning that I brought that sadness from another life. So the two things fueled one another for more sadness that I now get to release. I have learned from it, and there's more that I'm going to learn from that as I look through this day from that lens of discovery and realize that it offered me lots of learning. What all it is, not sure yet, but I do know I'll get that learning and move on with it. Because the flowing river is the next card that came up with. Things are really speeding up, and you can go along with the high vibe of that, or you can go along with that speeding up of more misery, more inability to change anything in your life, more powerlessness. That's not where I stand. That's not how I want to move on by any stretch. So I invite you to look at what you choose to start really snowballing in your life. Abundance, joy, healthy relationships, a safe place to live, a comfortable place to live, great abundance, lots of money, travel, friends that are true friends for you, whatever that looks like. That is how you want to focus your energy. And it can begin with just that little bit of trust of going, okay, if my energy does create, then this is what I want to create. And I'm going to focus on how good it feels to move forward with friends I can really trust. The freedom horse. The blocks are falling away. The limitations that have kept us locked in things we don't want to be locked in is falling away now. And we have a freedom to run forward in the energy that we choose. And so mine is certainly going to be knowing my power, knowing how to bring more of what I want to me and less of what I don't want by the focus. Energy goes out. The law of energy is it attracts like energy. I'm going to be very focused on what I'm putting out into the world. The belief that things that I would like to produce can happen, and know that my power is in my mind, and what I'm focusing on. Ask, I'm open, willing, and ready to be given the awareness of when I'm creating what I don't want to create. So make that your truth too. Thunder drum. Things, vibrations are shifting. You know, I'm going to read that because, oh, where's that? Where is the book? Oh, there it is. Thunder drum. I pulled this the other day, and I really don't remember the... Oh, that's that was what it was. Stand up, be heard, be bold. Don't be afraid to tell people who you really are. Don't be afraid to stand up and be assertive. Assertive is not getting in someone else's face. Assertive is standing up and saying, this is my truth. This is how I feel because it's valid. You do count. You matter. One of the things that I was working with in my quiet time, because I woke up very heavy again this morning, the gift of the full moon. This one particularly is shaking us up inside and bringing up stuff for us to look at. And I woke up very much in sadness and the heaviness. And I thought, okay, so really, what difference do I make in the world? What I want is to matter, but I mean, I didn't even matter enough for my mother to want me when I came in. So that is this time of going, no, I count. I came into this world, number one, by choice, to be in this human suit. This is what is helping me learn what I wanted to learn. It's what's helping you learn what you wanted to learn. And I came in to serve. That's really where I've lived most of my life. And it was a revelation to me a couple months ago now when my friend said, you know, you came in here by choice as a human, because I've taught that for a long time. But I felt appointed, so I wasn't owning my choice to come in as this human to learn. And I came in sadness and in being unwanted. And so, you know, what does it mean to not matter to yourself? Because that's the energy it put me in. It didn't matter what I did unless someone else thought it was good or important or helpful. Then I could never count it as mattering. And that is what I'm choosing to let go. My assertiveness. I am taking my assertiveness inward. I matter to me. I matter because I'm here. I matter in my very me-ness. So as do you. Take that, run with it, and choose that as your power, and choose to let people know that you matter. That means you don't get to be a doormat anymore, or you don't have to be a doormat. You matter. If people are taking advantage of you, they have your permission to do it. Only you can take back that permission. So, how are you not mattering in your life? That's maybe what you want to look at and shift that. Know the power you have to shift that by your intention and by your thought. Believe in magic. That's the black, the raven, the crow. I think it's a crow. I think ravens' beaks are longer. Not really sure. Blackbird. Believe in magic. Magic is energy. Magic is this full moon energy that is supporting and fueling however we're choosing to focus, whatever we want to write down on that paper to release, whatever I posted on my page, process that a gal sent me on a red candle. Carve what you want and then burn that candle tonight. I'm going to do that. I don't know if I have a red candle, but if I don't, I'm going to get one. Where do you want your focus to be? How are you focusing tonight? And this is like a launching point, because what we've seen is the energy is speeding up now and it is moving fast. So I want to be on the energy wave of abundance, joy, positive impact, fun, happiness, which is in my book the opposite of sadness. I am choosing to generate those energies and to release the ones that are just weighing me down and that are not any fun to live in. So it is your power. Love that you are different. Shout out your difference with that drum. We don't, the thing is we didn't, look how beautiful that little different thing is. It is a cross between many things, as are we. Shout out who you really are, because there are a multitude of people who need to see you in your truth. It's going to give them permission to live in their truth and to really be who they are. And that's one of the things we came in to do, was to serve. And we serve in our authenticity of our weaknesses, of our inabilities, of our frailties as humans, as well as that spiritual aspect that only we can bring through to the world. No one else can bring your spirit through but you. And that is the service part that you came in. But we learn how to serve through the human part, through those things that have caused us consternation, anger, angst, whatever. And then the last card that came up also came up, these two cards came up in the other reading. Know your power and be fearless and bold, the badger spirit. Be fearless in drumming your drum to tell people who you really are. Be fearless in bringing through your authentic self. Be fearless in telling someone, no, you no longer get to do that to me because I'm no longer willing to accept it. Nobody can do something to you that you do not allow. And that, what flashed in my mind was women who are in abusive relationships. And it is a very hard pattern to break. I had the gift, I guess, of seeing my mother being abused as a child and determining, probably from the strength that I brought in from past, that no one would ever do that to me. And it came at age 6. Along with the idea of how I could kill the man that was abusing my mother at that point. So there were some unpleasant things, but what it brought in me is the choice that no one is going to do something to me that I don't want done. And we have that right. If you are in an abusive relationship, it is time to walk out the door. Choose that in your dreams, in your daydreams, and choose to know that the way to get out that door safely and forever will come to you. It is your right. You are not stuck there. You can move past it. There are people who are willing to help. And when you start making that choice, going, I know I'm going to leave. I know I can leave. I know there's a better way to live out there for me. Someone will literally probably walk through your door with a way out for you. Hold on to that. Please know that you do not have to stay where you are being abused. You are the one that can make that change, and it starts in your mind. And I know it can be a very hard thing to believe in, because you've been browbeaten and you've not been able to trust yourself. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. That is the prayer, that is the mantra that will bring your guides and spirits in to help you. The truth is, sometimes it means that we then check out from this life. Some of us came in with that plan for whatever reason. It is not for us to know someone else's plan. We can certainly be beacons of hope and beacons of light for those who are in struggles right now. And I say that because I know that some women, particularly, that walk out of abusive relationships are killed by their abuser. It happens. But in the most part, they walk out and they can survive and then thrive. So if you don't want to stay there anymore, enact your power in your spirit self, bring your guides and angels in, and choose to separate from that energy. You can do it. It is possible. And I'm here to be the first light in that process for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.